John Bercow has been in the news again recently. You might remember him. He was the chief whip in the House of Commons. He was that guy sat at the top shouting at the shouting MPs, trying to maintain just a semblance of decorum and calm. He was in the news because prior to being chief whip in the House of Commons, he was a member of the Conservative Party. But since stepping down, he has joined Labour. His chief reason was his statement that the Conservative Party was more and more characterised by xenophobia. And xenophobia literally means fear of strangers. How we understand it is a distrust of foreigners, people from other nations. Now, this video isn't going to be a discussion about whether or not the Conservative Party is xenophobic. No, I want to ask you a question. What is the opposite of xenophobia? The opposite of xenophobia is hospitality. We've been thinking recently and over the last few months about what does it look like to live as a follower of Jesus, practicing his ways as we live on the cultural and societal margins. Last time round, we started exploring the topic of hospitality in Greek, which the New Testament was written in. Hospitality literally means love of the stranger. If you see what hospitality is, it is breaking down barriers so that those who are strange to us become familiar. For many of us, when we think of hospitality, we might think of the industry, that is, pubs, bars and restaurants, spas, etc., etc. But maybe for others, we might think about what is essentially a glorified dinner party circuit. You know, where you've got a group of friends who monthly you head around, they'll have maybe a themed evening, having Mexican, or it's an opportunity to grade the choice of wine that the host makes. But that's not the picture that the Bible presents to us of hospitality. No, hospitality, as I said, is breaking down barriers. It is inviting in those we don't know to get to know them better. It is not showing off, but it is showing love. It is an opportunity to invite people not just into our homes, but into our lives. And I get it. That sounds quite big. But what is the motivation for hospitality? We're going to think about the particularities of what it might look like. But they'll only make sense if we understand what is the drive that pushes us to open up our homes and our lives. And you see, the drive behind hospitality is the welcome that God has shown us. If you see, he's the one who has broke down barriers. He broke down the barriers between us and him. And he's broken down barriers between us and each other. He's done all of that through the death and resurrection of Jesus. And that's what drives us. Because God welcomes us in, we are called to welcome in the stranger. Because we were once strangers to him, but now we've been reconciled. And hospitality is just one beautiful way that we can image and mirror him.